A few years ago, I had a wonderful little salad at a restaurant, and it is super easy to make at home. I've made it several times, and I'd like to share with you how you can make it too. This is a grilled Caesar salad. You can grill your lettuce indoors or outdoors, and what makes this salad really good, I think, are homemade croutons, and I'll show you how to make those in this video. Now, some of the toppings are also going to add a lot of flavor, like bacon, dried cranberries, nuts, and I like to make a lot of these toppings ahead of time and prep all of the ingredients so that I can just throw a salad together whenever I want to. So I cook a lot of bacon. I typically put about 2 slices of bacon per salad, and then of course we need to make our croutons. So just pick up some of your favorite bread that's not been sliced at your grocery store. I like to get kind of the artisan breads. This one is a rosemary flavored. I've used cheese flavored also. And you'll want to slice these into about 3/4 to 1 inch cubes. And now this bread is very fresh. So if you're using fresh bread too, you'll need to toast it off in the oven and dry it out a bit for about 5 minutes so that it will take up the sauce we're going to put on it, okay? Or if you have old bread, you may not need to do that, a day or two old. So we'll make the sauce by melting about 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter and about 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using safflower oil, and we'll put in about a teaspoon of oregano. This is some that I dried over the spring, and just stir that in so that it's nice and coated. I'm on about medium-low heat, and we'll put in a little bit of black pepper also, along with a pinch of salt, because as I said, I am using unsalted butter, and then 1 clove of minced garlic. And we are just going to stir this in. I'm on medium-low heat, as I mentioned, and when it's nice and foaming like this, we'll go ahead and remove it from the heat. And I want to reserve about half of this, only because my pan is kind of small, and I'll just do these in 2 batches to make sure all the croutons get an equal amount of the little sauce on them. You just want to make sure that they are, covered pretty well. At least each one of them should have a nice little side that has some of that sauce on it. And just lightly toss them. And now we'll put these on some parchment paper in a single layer, and I'll just put this in my toaster oven. And we're going to toast it, and I'll just turn it once until they turn golden brown. That should take about 10 minutes. And then I'll transfer them to paper towels or a paper plate so they can kind of drain off a little bit in case there was any excess oil, and let those cool. Once they're cool, I like to put them in a little bag, and I'll keep those in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use them. Then I'll toast them again, because they'll be hard and chewy when they come out of the refrigerator. You really need to go ahead and toast them a little bit more, so I don't toast them too much in the very beginning. And then I also toast the nuts, because it helps bring out some more of that flavor of the nut. And now I want to go ahead and prep my little cucumber here. This is probably my last cucumber of the season. I pulled this right out of the garden. And then I like to use this little julienne vegetable peeler that makes the edges nice and cute. It helps also hold some of the dressing. So I'll leave a link below the video. You guys have seen me use that several times, I know. And you can trim off just a little bit of the end here. You don't want to go too far, or all of your lettuce will fall apart when you're trying to grill it. Or just leave it on there and then trim it later if you want to. And then just give it a nice little coating of oil on each side. And we'll need to season it too with a little bit of salt and then a little bit of black pepper. When you go to put these on your heat source, regardless of what you're using, make sure that it is extremely hot, because you don't want to really cook this. You just want to kind of get some charring going on it, and it should only take about a minute on each side. So don't let it steam and sit there on something that's halfway warm, because then you've kind of defeated the purpose. You want it to be kind of crunchy on the inside and just kind of barely wilting and charred on the outside, and that's what makes it unique, I think. So I did go ahead and trim off this very end here, and now we'll just chop it up into bite-sized pieces, and we have a lot of nice little variations of texture here. And a little bit of cucumber goes right into the salad. some Caesar salad dressing, and will give us a good coat. I don't put too much dressing on it to begin with because I can always add a little bit more if I need to. Just make sure it's tossed real well in the dressing, and then a little bit of bacon. Just cut a couple of slices right in there, and some black walnuts. I'm using black walnuts this time with the dried cranberries and the aged Asiago cheese, and then the croutons, of course, the star of the show, I think. And then I like to put a little bit of watercress on there, which I had growing indoors. You can always add some kind of a little fresh herb on there just to give it another little bit of flavor. And there you go. It's really delicious. Every bite has something different in it. Sometimes I get a little cucumber with a cranberry or a crouton with some bacon. It's just delicious. I hope you can try it soon. And if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to share it on your favorite social media platform. I'm only on YouTube and Google+, so whenever you're sharing my videos, it sure does help. Thanks so much for watching, and y'all have a beautiful day.